We just got back from seeing Terminator, Dark Fate.
And we'll be back to talk about that right after this.
Hi folks, welcome back to Pop Up Fizzle. I'm Jeff.
I'm Heidi.
And we are here to talk about Terminator, Dark Fate. I almost said Terminator, Dark Fate. Pretty sure.
It's late.
Pretty sure I got those. Yeah, it is Halloween evening. Happy Halloween,
Happy
everybody.
Halloween.
You won't see this until after Halloween is gone,
But it's Halloween for us still.
it is. And we just got back from seeing the movie, so we thought we'd give you our non-spoiler thoughts about it, let you know whether we recommend the movie or not. And then we may do a separate video where we talk spoilers. But anyway, you can rest assured, this will be non-spoiler.
It's
Spoiler-free. Yes. For me, I have a long history with Terminator. I think Terminator 2 specifically was one that came out at a time in my life where everybody my age was watching Terminator. So anybody that had like cable, Terminator 2 was on like all the time. I would go and rent it on VHS. That tells you how long ago that was.
Yeah, I saw, considering my entirely long track record of seeing sequels before the originals, I had never seen Terminator before I saw Terminator 2, but I know I saw Terminator 2 pretty soon after it came out. Somebody I knew had a bootleg copy of it.
Yeah. I know I saw Terminator. I'm not sure what order I saw it in, whether I saw 2 before I saw the first one or not. I really don't have a strong memory of that. I think I saw them both around the same time.
I didn't. I don't think I've ever seen.
But
the first one.
I think Terminator was probably showing on television, at night or something, like Movie of the Week or something. Maybe not Movie of the Week, but you know what I mean. Like they would show things edited for television. Yeah.
The feature, whatever that evening was, Sunday night, something like that.
Yeah, a lot of times we didn't have cable. I mean, we would have probably like basic stuff like TBS, WGN, those kinds of things.
Not sponsors.
No, not sponsors. But we would see, I saw them both roughly around the same time. So, and then of course it was a lot of years after that before we got Terminator 3, Judgment Day, right? Or was it Rise of the Machines?
I don't remember.
T2 was Judgment Day.
Yes.
Then Rise of the Machines.
Okay.
Right. We've since got, after that we got...
2 more.
Terminator, yeah, we got the one with Christian Bale, which was that Rise of the Machines? Maybe that was Rise of the Machines. Who knows? I don't remember.
Not this girl.
No, and then we had Terminator Jenny Smith. Genesis.
Oh, yes.
Yes, the internet loves to call that Jenny Smith.
That's hilarious. No,
yes.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so we've had a lot of Terminator movies. I think that's the point that we're trying to get to here.
Yeah.
Some have been hit, some have been miss. I would say at this point we've had more miss than hit.
I have always enjoyed them for what they were. So after I saw T2 before I saw the first one, and like I was saying, I think I was mumbling, but pretty sure I've never seen all of the first one.
I don't mean, well, let me backtrack a little bit. I don't mean hit or miss as far as being watchable. I mean as far as fans of the franchise responded to them. I know Terminator 3 gets a lot of stuff thrown at it.
Which is the one that had, there were a couple that had Claire Danes in them.
No, that was just one.
Just the one?
Just the one.
Oh, jeez, I thought there were 2.
Nobody needs more than one time of Claire Danes.
I like Claire Danes, but yeah, I'll have to agree.
Anyway, so we've had several films. I've found them all to be watchable.
Yeah.
They're pretty much the same film over and over again. I'm probably in a minority for liking the Christian Bale one because it was set in the future and set, I really liked Anton Yelchin in that. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
So
I feel like I'm sort of remembering. I don't remember which one that was still.
Yeah. So I have a soft spot for that movie.
Yeah. So that's indicative of them kind of all blurring together. Is that I really don't remember which one is which. But I have, yes, very watchable. Have enjoyed all of them for what they were. Understanding that time is a fluid thing when it comes to these movies, and so understanding that what may have been established in the past movie is no longer what's the current status of the current movie, and just kind of go with that.
Now this this movie, we're just going to kind of talk about it as far as non-spoilers and whether we recommend it or not in the context of whether or not we enjoyed this movie. We're not going to really try to weigh it against other things right now because that would be unfair to it. I mean, and some movies, I think to me, it's one of the reasons that Terminator 3 doesn't hold up very well because you always want to compare it to Terminator 3. Or Terminator 2. It was the thing that we had. It was the most recent reference that we had at the time that came out. And I think in comparison, it was nothing as groundbreaking.
No.
So you just kind of felt like it was a lesser thing.
Yeah.
So we're going to hold this one on its own for now in our non-spoiler talk. And then we may do some comparison when we do spoiler talk. But so you don't know how many you've seen.
I'm pretty sure after T2, like including T2, I've seen all of them except for the first one. And the first one, I mean, maybe you've seen enough bits and pieces that, of course, know the references from many other places enough to know that what's happened in that one. So I don't really care.
Right. So going into this one, I didn't really have any expectation other than I hoped it would be overall a better experience than Terminator Jenny Smith. I didn't hate Jenny Smith or Genesis. It just didn't feel fully Terminator to me, and I don't think I bought all of the performances. So I wasn't fond of the cast and that kind of thing. So it didn't land with me very well. And I think that's the danger of picking a lead based on they're the lead in a popular television show right now.
Yeah.
Sometimes that doesn't always land well.
Yeah, that sort of fan service is
because there's too easy of a comparison to make, and so it's hard to separate that person from their TV role. I think that happens. I'm not saying that's the reason I didn't like it. I just there were a lot of reasons I didn't like it, including Matt Smith being completely underused. But this movie, I didn't really, like I said, didn't have any expectations other than I hoped that it was better than that. I will say that I think it was better than that, and I had a good ride. I enjoyed this film.
It was very watchable.
I enjoyed Schwarzenegger. I enjoyed having Linda Hamilton back. I enjoyed all the new actors involved in this. I loved Gabriel Luna as the new Terminator, and that's not a spoiler. You've seen the trailer. We most recently have seen Gabriel Luna in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. a few seasons ago playing Ghost Rider. So, we know him from that, but he's really good in this, I thought. Did a really good job in this role.
Got that Terminator run really well. Like, you know what I'm talking about. You know that run. He did it well.
There were a few moments in this that I wished something that was CG wouldn't have been CG, because there were a few quick... and I mean, when you're making a Terminator move quickly, sometimes, I can see how that would be an issue to do it physically, but I feel like there were ways to do it. There were a couple of times where I felt the CG in this let me down just a little bit, or it was a little bit too... I don't know. It just didn't hit my eye the right way.
Yeah, I am not somebody who looks too critically at effects, and I noticed a couple of things too. Like I can't I won't be able to say pinpoint exactly what part of the movie it was.
We're not doing spoilers.
We're not doing spoilers, but also I literally can't. But I remember thinking, oh, that effect didn't work.
I can pinpoint an uncanny valley moment, I think.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that in the spoiler review. But the main point is that I found this movie to be a fun ride. I had a good time in the theater. I enjoyed getting to be in this world again. I feel like the movie sort of finds its own place in there. You don't really spend a lot of time questioning where does this fall in things. You just kind of go with it.
Yeah.
I like that aspect of it.
Totally along for the ride.
Yeah. And if you've seen these movies, I mean, they all follow the same basic plot. Somebody that's important in the future is in trouble now, and, there's someone sent to protect and someone sent to kill, and, so that aspect of it, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. I say as sirens go by outside.
That's in the trailer.
Yeah, but that's also, it's what a Terminator movie is. You kind of know that going in. The question is always, can they give you an entertaining version of that? And I feel like they did with this.
I think so too.
What are your thoughts?
Those are my thoughts.
That's it?
Yeah, they definitely delivered on a fun ride.
Yeah.
Nothing too, time travel usually makes my head hurt. It really does. I try real hard, and it's just like I can explain the Avengers theory, and I can explain like all the other theories. It still makes my head hurt. So I'm not hurting as much as I usually do with time travel. So I enjoyed it greatly, quite
Yeah.
a bit, great a bit.
Great a bit.
Okay.
It's like a Weetabix.
I don't know, or like bit of honey. I don't. It's late.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of where I land with it. Normally, what we do on this channel is we rate it based on our name. If it's a fizzle, that means don't bother seeing it. If it's a pop, it means it's definitely worth seeing. You may not need to see it on the big screen, but definitely check it out when it's streaming on your favorite platform. Double pop means drop what you're doing, go see this thing on the big screen, get a big bucket of corn and a giant drink, which we shared tonight, a giant bucket of popcorn.
Yep.
But that's how we rate things.
Yeah.
So, how for you on that scale? Where does this fall?
It's actually just a solid pop.
Uh-huh.
Just a solid pop. Because, usually I'm all like, well, these effects are great and they were big action pieces and you need to see that on the big screen. And it's like, you probably have a big enough screen for this at home. So if you don't want to run out and see it right now, you're not like, had been waiting for this one like on the theater doorsteps, then you could definitely wait to see it in streaming. So I'm not going to be saying that you need to run out and see it right this second, but if you are that sort of fan, do it. It was great.
Yeah. I think for those same reasons, I'm going to land more in the pop and a half. I'm going to land somewhere closer to the double pop, because I think there are a lot of people that are connected with this franchise that have enjoyed previous entries. And even if you feel like they're more missed than hit, you still like the general concept. I think going to this one is going to show you that there's still some life left in this franchise. So I would say if you're somebody who's already enjoyed these movies, definitely, you would probably consider it a double pop. Go see it on the big screen. If you're someone who can take or leave them, then probably go with Heidi's suggestion. I'm just waiting until they hit streaming. Mileage will vary. You know yourself. You know what you like. You know what you're willing to spend money on. So it may seem like I'm hedging my bet there a little bit, but that's honestly how I feel.
Yeah.
I enjoy this franchise. I was happy to sit in the theater and watch it.
You
may feel differently.
Yeah.
So you do you, and then let us know what you thought about the movie down in the comments below. Make sure to keep things non-spoiler in this comment section. We will put up a spoiler video later. If you like this video,
hit the thumbs up
and consider subscribing to the channel. We love it when you do that. Until next time, folks.
Bye.
Bye.